Hey, and welcome back to our mobile software repairing course. This is lesson number 7. Now, in this lesson, we are going to talk about installing drivers properly or installing correct drivers for the mobile phone software repairing. So, just like we have said in the previous videos, drivers help to initiate communication between your mobile phone that you're working on together with the computer. Okay, so in this video, we are going to see how to install correct drivers in the proper way so that you always get your phones connected to the computer. So as we have said, drivers allow the computer to communicate with the phone. So drivers act like a signal or a communication signal that tells your computer that, hey, this device has been connected to you. So what are you going to do? Those are drivers. Now, without proper drivers, number one, a phone will not detect in the computer. So that's why in most cases you have a unique model that you have not been handling. So you power in the computer and you just hear the sound indicating that some device has been connected to the computer. But in actual senses, the device will not show on the computer. Reason being because of the drivers. Okay. Again, if you don't have correct drivers installed in your computer, flashing is going to fail. So there is no way you can flash a mobile phone if you don't have correct drivers. Okay. Again, you will not unlock, so the tools will not work. So without the drivers, you won't actually do anything. Okay, because these, like we said, they are communication signals. Okay. Now, what are the most important drivers that we need here? Again, depending on which mobile phones that you are looking at, but most commonly, these are the drivers. So we have MediaTek drivers. And just like we said in the previous videos, MediaTek devices almost carry like 40%. Commonly in Infinix, Tecno, and Samsung devices. Okay, so MediaTek drivers. Now we also have Qualcomm drivers, and these could account for like 20%. Okay, and then we have Samsung drivers. So these are specific to a particular brand of a mobile phone. So if you install Samsung drivers, better. But still, if you don't install Samsung drivers, but you install Qualcomm or MediaTek or SPD drivers, still you get your job done. Okay, so SPD or Spreadtrum or Unisoc drivers and Exynos drivers. Okay, so we talked about mobile phone chipsets before, and you will realize that these are all chipsets. So when you are installing drivers in the computer, you are installing communication signals for these CPUs so that they can communicate easily. Okay, now is this the only list? No, you could go ahead and get Nokia USB drivers, you could get Huawei USB drivers, almost all different types of ones. And in any way, it doesn't cost anything. Okay, so you've got to install drivers so that you don't mess up. Okay, when a phone CPU is detected by your computer, it means the drivers have been installed correctly. And I'm just going to show you just in a while. And like I'm just going to show you just in a while. Okay, so let me just show you right here. In the previous video, I gave you this tool. This platform detector tool can detect CPUs attached to this computer. So what basically it does is that whenever you connect a certain device on this, it will give you the CPU that is running in that specific device. Just like I showed you in the past videos, you've got to use this, okay? So if you don't use this, alternatively, you could search for device manager, okay? Okay, so this is the device manager portal. So whenever you have any port connected to the computer, you will have it shown right here. For example, just if I could just show you with this, phone, I am going to connect it to the computer, and specifically this phone, Samsung A057, it connects from the test point. Okay, so you have to hold the test point. I'm just going to use this pin, but you have to use a pair of tweezers. Okay, so I'm just going to connect the test point. just to give you a demonstration of what I'm talking about here. Okay, so that is if you have correct drivers installed right in the phone. Okay, so I want you to keep your eyes on the screen. So I'm going to hold down the test points and plug in the USB. Okay, so sorry, the battery is not connected. So I'm holding down the test points, and connect the USB. Okay, you see that? You can see Qualcomm port has been triggered here and it's showing. And the same on the platform detector, it can show you a Qualcomm vendor and mode Qualcomm has been connected to the computer. So this is done by drivers. So without drivers, this you would not have these results. So if you cannot get platform detector, you could as well as use the built-in device manager. Okay, so okay, so here we go. So how do you get these drivers to install? Again, we said use Google. So how to install these drivers? Come to Google and type maybe MediaTek USB drivers. Okay, and all this you can just click to one link and pretty much you have a download button where you can go ahead and download them. So after downloading them, install them to your computer, restart the computer, and that's all. So same thing, Spectrum USB drivers. Okay, so Spectrum latest drivers. Okay, so all these links you can pretty much get downloadable USB drivers for Spectrum. Okay, Qualcomm USB drivers. So pretty much all the CPUs, like I've been saying, if you want Nokia USB drivers, you can as well as download them. So pretty much it's not something hard. Okay, so hopefully you got something from this, and make sure you download all these drivers, have them installed in your computer, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.